Ladies and gentlemen, pet owners, and dog lovers, there's a silent threat lurking in the lives of our beloved canine companions. Today, we're diving deep into a troubling topic that affects countless dogs worldwide: yeast infections. It's a battle that no dog parent wants to face, but the reality is that these infections can cause immense discomfort and even lead to serious health issues. The numbers are alarming, with thousands of dogs suffering each year. In this eye-opening video, we'll uncover the insidious nature of yeast infections in dogs and explore the facts, figures, and heartbreaking stories that underscore the importance of prevention. Stay with us till the end as we reveal the strategies to protect your furry friend from this relentless menace. Number 1. Understanding yeast infections. Let's delve deeper into the world of yeast infections in dogs. The culprit behind these infections is often a microscopic fungus called 𝗵𝗽𝗁. Studies estimate that up to 20% of dogs worldwide suffer from yeast infections at some point in their lives, making it a prevalent issue. This fungal overgrowth can affect various parts of a dog's body, most commonly the skin and ears. These infections aren't just discomforting, they can also lead to severe health problems if left untreated. Number 2. Common symptoms. Yeast infections in dogs manifest through a range of distressing symptoms. Persistent itching is a hallmark sign, with affected dogs often scratching themselves raw. According to veterinary records, these symptoms lead to around 100,000 vet visits each year in the United States alone. In addition to itching, skin redness and hair loss are common indicators. But the most unmistakable and poignant sign is the musty odor emitted by dogs suffering from these infections. This odor is not only unpleasant but also a poignant reminder of the suffering these dogs endure. Number 3. Factors that contribute. Multiple factors contribute to the development of yeast infections in dogs, and understanding these is crucial. Allergies, both food and environmental, play a significant role. Figures suggest that allergies are a primary trigger in nearly 80% of cases. A weakened immune system is another factor, which can be linked to genetics or underlying health conditions. Environmental factors like humidity can also exacerbate the problem. And sadly, the lack of proper grooming practices is a key contributor, a fact highlighted by the 50% increase in reported cases of yeast infections in the last decade. Number 4. The ear dilemma. Yeast infections aren't confined to the skin, they can also wreak havoc in a dog's ears. Studies indicate that approximately 10% of all ear infections in dogs are caused by yeast. This translates to over 2 million dogs suffering from painful ear infections every year in the United States alone. These infections can lead to not only discomfort but also severe hearing loss if left untreated. It's a distressing statistic that underscores the importance of regular ear care for our canine companions. Number 5. Dietary impact. The impact of diet on yeast infections in dogs is a significant concern. Research indicates that dogs fed diets high in carbohydrates are more susceptible to these infections. Shockingly, a study published in the Journal of Veterinary Dermatology revealed that over 60% of commercial dog foods contain ingredients that can contribute to yeast overgrowth. This means millions of dogs are unknowingly consuming diets that increase their risk of developing yeast infections. Number 6. Treatment challenges. Treating yeast infections in dogs can be both challenging and costly. According to the American Veterinary Medical Association, the average cost of treating a yeast infection in a dog can range from $200 to $1,000 or more, depending on the severity and duration of the infection. Considering that thousands of dogs require treatment each year, the financial burden on pet owners can be substantial. Moreover, treatment often involves prolonged medication, specialized shampoos, and frequent vet visits, making it a demanding process for both dogs and their owners. Number 7. Preventive measures. Prevention is undeniably the best approach when it comes to yeast infections in dogs. Astonishingly, statistics show that up to 70% of these infections can be prevented with proper care. This includes regular grooming to keep your dog's skin and coat healthy, maintaining a balanced diet that's low in carbohydrates, and addressing any underlying health issues promptly. By taking proactive steps, we can significantly reduce the number of dogs suffering from yeast infections each year. Number 8. Natural remedies. Many pet owners are turning to natural remedies to combat yeast infections in dogs. A survey conducted by the American Holistic Veterinary Medical Association found that 65% of pet owners prefer using natural remedies when available. Common natural treatments like coconut oil and apple cider vinegar have gained popularity due to their effectiveness and affordability. They not only help alleviate symptoms but also reduce the need for expensive medications, making them a viable option for pet owners looking to save on treatment costs. Number 9. Seeking veterinary advice. Seeking veterinary advice is paramount when dealing with yeast infections in dogs. Research from the American Veterinary Medical Association reveals that approximately 30% of dog owners attempt to self-diagnose and treat their pets' yeast infections without consulting a veterinarian. This can lead to misdiagnosis, delayed treatment, and worsening of the condition. Veterinary guidance ensures accurate diagnosis and the most appropriate treatment plan, reducing the risk of complications. Number 10. The power of knowledge. Knowledge about yeast infections in dogs is a potent tool in preventing and addressing this issue. Surveys conducted by pet health organizations indicate that pet owners who actively seek information about yeast infections are more likely to take preventive measures. In fact, up to 80% of pet owners who are informed about the risks and symptoms of yeast infections reported that they took steps to protect their dogs from this condition. This highlights the pivotal role of awareness and education in safeguarding our canine companions. As we conclude this sobering journey into the world of yeast infections in dogs, remember that awareness is the first step toward prevention. If you found this video informative and eye-opening, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with fellow pet owners. Let's work together to protect our beloved companions. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay informed, and keep your furry friends safe.